Hey, darlings. It's Alexandra Lawrence from Between Heaven and Earth, and we are here for part 3 of creating success, joy, happiness, health, wealth, and abundance in your life. So, what has inspired me to make this video today is I just got off a call with an amazing woman. Now, she's not a client of mine, but she was somebody that was asking for help. And she was somebody that I reached out to and helped in a way that she had asked. And I received a surprise phone call today from her, just wanting to express her gratitude. And what we got down to was one of the foundational pieces of one of the steps in creating and manifesting your dream life, your goals, and your heart's desire. And what we spoke about mainly was right thought, right speech, and right action. So in the previous parts of this series, we have spoken about setting goals, setting actionable steps, taking your goals and going from a huge chunk to small chips to make them manageable and doable. We spoke about a couple of weeks ago your big why. Your big why of why you're doing this, why now, why you. And that big why is going to continue to help keep you inspired and motivated in those moments that you feel challenged. And what I want to share with you today is such a foundational piece. It really is the essence for us between joy, happiness, fulfillment, and success, and a negative experience, failure, quitting, etc. And this all starts with our thoughts and our speech, how we speak to ourselves, how we speak to others, how we write, and what we think, because our predominant thoughts throughout the day create our reality. This experience that we're having really is a holographic reflection of our internal condition. And our internal condition is made up of our thoughts, our beliefs, and what we say, our words. And if we can take that aspect to task, if we can choose to work on how we think, how we speak, how we write, how we speak to others, how we speak to ourselves, and if we can actually start to mold and shape and sculpt our mindset, if we can start to sculpt our predominant thoughts throughout the day, then our external experience can do nothing else but mirror back to us that state. One of my taglines is high frequency living. And what high frequency living is all about is raising your vibration, raising your frequency, so that what you experience on the outside, what you experience in your life, matches that frequency, matches that exceptional person that you're stepping into and you are becoming and you have always meant to have been. And that starts with how you think, how you speak to yourself. We all have these limiting beliefs. We all have this negative self-talk. We all have an inner critic. And we all have these seeds that were planted when we were younger. that inform how we are as adults and how we act and how we do things. Because how we think is what we do. What we commit to is what we do. And to commit to something, we have to have the thoughts behind it. And this is such essential work for you. If you want to create something that is sustainable, if you want to create transformation that is consistent and continues to expand and expand and expand. And it's important that you start from where you are today. You are where you are. It's a very powerful but simple statement. I am where I am. I am where I am. And I can either choose to feel better or I can choose to feel worse. And that choice, that feeling better, first comes from how you think. And how you think starts to inform how you believe. And how you believe starts to inform your faith. So let's give a few examples. For example, I was just speaking to somebody who was saying that, losing this weight that I have gained is going to be a real challenge. Right there, limiting belief. It doesn't have to be that way. That doesn't have to be her truth. Her truth can be getting to my ideal weight is going to be easy and joyful. And she starts repeating that as often as she can remember on a daily basis, in meditation, in contemplation. She writes it down, and that is what will become her reality. Losing that excess weight is going to become easy and fun. Let's talk about money. I don't have enough money is another limiting belief. It might be your experience, it might be your experience in your reality, but do you know what? When people say face your reality, I say don't. I say create your reality, because you are the creator of your reality. You are the co-creator of your reality, and you do that through your thoughts, your words, and your actions. So we have to be so careful in how we think and how we speak, because that is what defines and shapes and molds and sculpts our experience. So when you have that thought of, I don't have enough money, change it to, I have all the money that I need. Start with that. Start where you are. Start where you're at. I have all the money that I need. If you've got health issues, I was just speaking to somebody who has bulging discs. Create an affirmation, create a different mindset around it. My back is strong and healthy and pain-free. And you start shifting that, because do you know what? When it comes to your health, your body follows your mind. Miracles, miraculous things can happen physically. And that starts with your mindset. Miraculous things can happen in your financial experience, and that starts with your mindset. Miraculous things can happen in your relationships, in your marriage, in your partnerships, in your relationships with your kids, and that starts with your mindset. So it's such a foundational and essential piece to your life that this cannot be ignored. And after having this conversation, this wonderful, inspiring conversation that I had with this woman earlier on today, I wanted to share that with you. I was thinking about, my logical mind was saying, okay, the next step is commitment and devotion. But my heart and following my heart has never led me astray. And that's what I do every single day. But my heart was saying, no, today is not the day to speak about commitment and devotion. Today is the day to speak about right thought and right speech. I'll give you another example. One of the other limiting beliefs that is so prevalent in our lives is something as simple as this: I can't afford it. Well, I tell you what, if you tell yourself you can't afford it, you're not going to afford it, and you're not going to be able to afford it. So instead of saying, I can't afford it, you say to yourself, I will afford it. And then what will happen is you will find a way to afford it if it is something that you really want. If you want to go on that retreat or on that holiday, or you want to have that coaching, or you want to have that mentor, or you want to have that personal trainer, or you want to go to relationship counselling or whatever it is, and you think to yourself, I don't have the money, I can't afford it. You're not going to. You're not going to have the money. But you say to yourself, I will have the money. I will have the money for this relationship counselling because this is so important to me. This is a desire of mine. Then you will. It will happen. You will have the money. Now, sometimes it comes in miraculous ways. Sometimes it comes in a little bit more mundane ways. But it will come. And that's the same with your relationship. You want to start transforming your relationship, you've got to start thinking differently about it, changing your perception around it. I had real abandonment issues when it came to my relationships, and especially in my marriage. And so I had this core belief, this limiting belief that I will be abandoned, that I wasn't worthy enough, that I wasn't lovable enough, that I had to be something more than who I am for somebody to even stay in relationship with me. And guess what? What happened was I created this relationships where that's exactly what happened. I was left. I was abandoned. And so I started to change my mindset, which is I am worthy and lovable enough that somebody wants to stay in relationship with me, that somebody wants to stay in relationship with me even through the challenging times, that I am amazing, and that will be reflected in my relationship. And what started to happen? My marriage started to change. I started to see abundance of time spent together. I started to see abundance of love. I started to pay attention to all the ways in which I wasn't abandoned. So where I put my attention, where I put my focus is what ended up becoming my reality and what ended up expanding in my life. And you can use that for any area of your life that you're feeling challenged with. Start taking to task your thoughts. Start identifying your limiting beliefs. Start identifying your negative thought patterns and write them down. Make 2 columns on a piece of paper and one write down my limiting beliefs, my negative thoughts on one side. Okay, write as many down, like do a brain dump. Write as many down as you possibly can think of, that you say to yourself, that are predominant thoughts throughout your day. And make sure you pay attention as well, because some of them are so unconscious and so prevalent that we're not even aware of them. And those are the gems. Okay, those are the real gems. So you really want to become aware of those. So write them down on one column, and then on the other column, what I want you to do is I want you to write, titled the heading, Your Truth and Your Desire. My truth and my desire. Because your truth is probably very different to the life that you're living right now, or somewhat different. So in this column, my truth and my desires, for every negative, limiting belief, thought, speech that you have written down on that column, I want you to change it, and I want you to change it into something inspiring and positive and fun and fluid and easy. So that's your homework for this week. Take to task your thoughts. Become aware of your negative self-talk. Become aware of what you think. And then start choosing how you think. It's a bit like doing this is not a fake it till you make it kind of thing. I don't know whether you've heard that before, but fake it till you make it is, well, keep on doing these affirmations even though you don't believe them, and then eventually you will. This is not that. This is creating new thought paradigm and new beliefs. And you do that, it's a bit like doing sit-ups, right? Okay? You are exercising your mindset muscle. You are sculpting your mindset body. And each time you change your thought, each time you choose a thought, each time you create a way of seeing your life or perceiving your life that you want, you are exercising that muscle. You are sculpting it. You are sculpting your mindset body. And then while you're doing this, infuse some emotion into it. Our thoughts create our emotions, but our emotions really help to anchor our beliefs. So you can say stuff like, for example, I love knowing that I am a creator of my reality. I love knowing that exercise is fun and easy for me. I love how inspiring my communication is with my partner. I love how easy and fluid my relationship is with my teenager. I love how honest and aligned my relationship is with myself. I love how my health is improving and expanding and getting better every single day. I love the choices that I am making every moment and every day to create a life that I adore. I adore my life. I think you get the picture. And hopefully you can tell that this is a subject that I am very passionate about. It is something that has transformed my life and has transformed my clients' lives. And before you get down to the actionable steps, do this work. Because this work is daily work. This is the work that is going to give you and create something that is sustainable and consistent and is forever expanding, because you were meant to live a life of fun, of inspiration, of continuous unfolding. Allow yourself to soften into that continuous unfolding. Okay, my darlings, you have your homework, and hopefully you have gained some inspiration. If you want more inspiration, then I highly recommend a book by Gay Hendricks called The Big Leap. It is essential for all of my clients to read that. I recommend going on YouTube and looking up Abraham Hicks. I recommend the book A Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel-Shinn. And for relationships, I recommend a book by Gay Hendricks and Kathleen Hendricks, Conscious Loving. So with those given to you, I wish you blessings, and I wish you wonderful, perfect, right thought and right speech. Until the next time, and speak soon.